Hey folks, and welcome back to Bergisch land, and we have a couple of jobs planned for today. Still in week 3 of June. The first one is with our summer barley. I'm going to try and green mow some of it for silage. Probably just do some headlands, see how that goes. We'll keep the rest of it for combining later on. And then next door, we have a field of winter barley, not owned by us, owned by Rhino. So we are going to try, there is a contract, and we are going to take said contract. So what I'm going to do is fly up into the air to make sure that we set the store deliveries point, hopefully. Yep. Actually, let's go a little bit further into the field. There we go. And we're going to borrow the items for this contract because we don't have a combine. So only paid about $5,000, but predominantly doing it. I've got the Straw from Missions mod enabled, and that's what we want it for. So there we go. Not sure where everything else ended up. So let's just turn off flight mode. Because there should be an tractor and trailer. That's not a big deal. We have a tractor and trailer. We only really needed the combine. So we'll be okay. We'll be okay. We can make do. So we'll leave that there. Realism fans, look away for a moment. There we go. I've grabbed the contract. We're not actually going to start with that. We're going to start with the green mowing because I think that's more interesting. So we'll jump in the JCB, go grab our mowers, and check we do have game sound this week. Last time I had taken the sound from the app that controls my graphics card, which doesn't make sound. So yeah, we've got a tractor trailer, so we can do the carting of the grain just fine. Anyway, that's not a problem. Not a problem. And yeah, I don't think when I played on Baling, I did any green mowing of crops like this. So I'm curious as to if it works, how it compares to doing it with Maize Plus, because it was quite beneficial doing it with Maize Plus. It gonna need a bit more room there. Actually giving myself less room. It yielded really well and was very beneficial, and something that I did on Attingham Park. Wow, that was a way back. That was in a different version of the game, maybe. No, I think it was this version. Was just do the headlands of the field. It actually yielded a huge amount of crop. So let's move this combine that some idiot has left in the way. Actually, what we could do is let's make sure that is enabled, and we could just pull it into the field, couldn't we? That's disabled straw. It's enabled straw. There we go. And that gives us room. Let's turn it off super strength. We only needed it to move the trailer. then we've got a bit more room to work with the JCB. Yeah, that's better. All right. Unfold to the mower. No. That is in wide spreading. We want it in conditioner. Conditioner shouldn't matter, actually. Swath dropping. Turn on. And let's drop the front one down and see if this looks like it's gonna work. Potentially. Let's drop the back one down and off we go. So we might see some weird texture behaviour on the first run around the headland as we cut grass and crop. So yeah, you might see some weird flashing going on, but yeah, my thought is that this will give us some amount of the silage group while we wait for the maize to grow and then ferment. Because we can bale this, get it wrapped, get it fermenting, and even if we just do one headland, that'll be a good thing. What I might do is do one set of long runs and 2 short runs to give us room to turn a combine so that we can then thresh the rest of it. So we don't have to do any headlands with the combine. I think that makes sense. It seemed like a good idea to me at the time when I was thinking out loud, well, thinking quietly in my head actually about what I might do today. Obviously, it didn't want to pick up the mowers when I hit the button, which is great. At least it wanted to lower them down. So, yeah, we will get whole crop silage off of this, or just silage. So that'll be great. That's part of the first feed group on our mixer. Hopefully things won't get too messy where I'm catching a little bit of the headland and getting grass. And then it's quite a big field that the contract is in. So hopefully we'll get a good straw yield off of there. And thankfully, in the tradition of FS, the farmer does not want any of the bales. Let's just drop down our rear mower again. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, trying a few different things out today. Baling straw is not trying different things out, but with the green mowing, with the idea being that it helps out our feed situation. Which I was less concerned about until we blew huge amounts of money on apple pulp. I've adjusted the delivery percentages in better contracts a little bit for baling contracts, so that if I do end up doing some more of them, we will at least get a little bit of a freebie. Because that felt a little bit not great. So, yeah. Be nice to get a little bit of something out of that. And so I'm just checking things are working properly this time. Yes, I said we'll do just the one set of long runs, 2 short runs. I have no idea what the yield is going to look like off this. It might not be great. With Maze Plus, it was pretty good, but it might have changed for Terralife, so we'll find out. And the field that I did was quite big with Maze Plus, so again, that'll have an effect. Because field size affects yield, obviously. Yeah, you know, shocking. Right, let's grab the baler. A bit of me is actually tempted to stick courseplay on the combine so that we can then come back and just, yeah, let's do that. No course. Let's do 3 headlands. Start work on headland. Number of round corners. Yes, we've got sharpened corners deactivated. That'll be fine. Field 1, yeah. Let's up the overlap a bit. Okay. Generate course. Right. Course place settings. Let's make sure that straw swath is on. Combine self unload. I'm going to activate. Because that's quite cool. And then if we bring over the Deutz, which is tucked away in here. I don't seem to be able to select it. There we go. Then hopefully between them they can make some progress. That's right. How close do we think we need to park it? Of course, pretty to find it. If we park it there, maybe that will work. Go. Alright, you do your thing. We can go grab the baler. And then we just have a lot of baling to do. That feels like a sensible idea to me. Yes, I still crash into things an awful lot. That's never going to change. And you wouldn't want me to, would you? Let's take it slow, see if we can get to the field without crashing again. That's making progress. Not having simple inspector sucks. Well, we kind of got used to it from playing the other game. There we go, crop swath. So that is like maize plus. And let's actually Alt X. We'll get a fresh count on a number of bales. Turn automatic drop. Silage additive is being consumed, so it's cool. And kind of my theory is that in the time it takes for these to ferment, obviously the maize will be growing, but we'll get access to this silage sooner, and it means we'll have to buy less. And these are filling up pretty quick, actually. They're filling up pretty quick. It would be nice to know how quickly the combine is filling up. But such is life. Where have we got to take to? So just straight down the main road. That's not too bad. Because I don't have auto drive set up properly on here, so we'll be doing that ourselves. That's not a problem. Not a problem at all. The grass is looking good again already. That's growing pretty quick. Completely lost track of my train of thought there. But anyway. And I kind of walked away from the game, so let's go check on the combine. It's 60% full. It's done a couple of headlands, so that's good. For those that have been following along, Paulie Dog is still poorly, and I had to go clean up after him. We are waiting for his next course of medication to come. It has had to be specially ordered from the vets. Yeah. Oh well. Mostly white clean floors are a good thing. But it's kind of when you can hear it, because he was in a different room. And yeah, not fun. Anywho, we are up to 7 bales already. That's pretty nice. That's what, 24,500 litres. So that's pretty nice. And not, I was going to say for free food, it's not really free, is it? Because we've taken away the headland of the field. But yeah, bonus food. And you do get a good yield off of that, which is really nice. I will take that. I will take that as a cool strategy. And the nice thing is, if someone remembers to clear the silage bales before we bring the combine in now, we're going to have a nice clear headland for when we combine. That'll be good. And then, yeah, 9 bales. So we're going to be looking at maybe 40,000 litres of silage off of just the headland. Not to be sniffed at. So it does feel like the yield is at least similar to what I got off of Attingham when I did this trick, where I just mowed on that one. I just mowed 2 headlands and I got ridiculous amounts of silage off of the field. Yeah. If you're still playing this version of Farm Sim and you're playing with Terralife or Maze Plus, you know, it's a cool tactic, because Maze Plus has this in it as well. Yeah. So, combines on to headland number 3. Probably do manual bale dropping with the straw so we can keep it out of the way of the combine. But I will get straight into baling the straw so that we're not holding up getting this farmer's field cleared. 12 bales, very nice. That is, yeah, 40 or 37, 30, 40,000 litres of silage off of there. Not to be sniffed at. Unless you have allergies. Especially grass allergies, I guess. And my neighbour's mowing their grass. Awesome. Combine's going to try and empty. Let's see how they get on. Oh, that got wrapped as silage. Excellent. Let's go drop that in the field with the silage bales then. Hopefully the mower noise is not coming through. It's often impossible for me to tell whether it's getting picked up or not, which is why I always mention it. Because I know people often say, no, we can't hear it, why do you bother saying? And it's because I don't know while I'm recording whether you can hear it or not. Yeah. Excellent. So let's just jump in here, get course plate up, and see. So they're going to go that way. Now I can drop this bale here, apart from the fact that we don't want to put it in the way of the combine when it's going to be unloading. So let's just drop it there. That is also something that we need to think about, is that the combine needs to be able to get to the trailer to unload. These are a little bit bigger. 5,000 litres is not quite as bad as 3.5, but we are filling up pretty quick. So yeah, going to be a nice big load of straw bales as well. So definitely worth doing, which is cool. Looks like the combine is not too far off of finishing the headlands. Just keeping an eye on the real world time, because I do have a time limit today. Probably means we might not finish this contract in today, if courseplay does take half an hour. So I was later finishing than I had hoped today, and then dealing with polypop. So flying deer seems to be an ongoing. I don't know if there's been an update to this map. I have not looked. It's something that I am very bad at, is checking for updates. would probably be sensible for us to drop the bales in pairs, maybe. That would definitely help keep them away from things, or make sure that they are doubly in the way of things. So, yeah, maybe we'll do that. Come on, there we go. So, very nice. So next week I've mentioned it a few times. I know it's the first step towards things getting better in FS25. We get precision farming. Those are the words that I was looking for, which is going to be great. I will be adding that in to Sri Lanka and Rotterdam Island, because it's a mod that I really enjoy playing with. So yeah, we'll be adding it to both FS25 saves. Still have not yet watched Giant's stream of their kind of preview stuff of what they've done with precision farming with FS25. I'm assuming that a lot of it is similar to how things worked in 22 and 19, because there was so much commonality with the previous one. If you'd used it in 19, it was pretty quick to pick it up and use it in 22. And I'm assuming if you used it in 19 or 22, it'll be pretty quick to pick up in the new version. I could be wrong, but I'd be surprised. So, I'm not so okay. I'm not super happy about leaving those there, but hopefully the combine can cope. That's the disadvantage of using the round baler extension mod thingy, in that it does completely stop you. It coped. And you can't unstop it. Anyway. We can now get around here and be almost good. Yes, I am really looking forward to getting precision farming back. Definitely a mod that we need to have in the game, and hopefully over time we will get other mods. There's been a couple of posts now in the Maze Plus Discord, so we may as well talk about it at this point. The plan is that Maze Plus will come out for FS25 this year. So Paul has posted that several times now, so I don't feel like it's a problem for me to say it. And I know not everyone has time to read posts in Discords to be kept up to date. So, yep. It's that's kind of all the information there is at the moment. No timeline, no day, no month, just a year, and all subject to change, obviously. No list of features. No, it's going to be the same as what it was before, just this year. Oh, I have such a headache today. It's been quite a stressful couple of days at work. Obviously, life is quite stressful at the moment, as some of you will know from me sharing stuff as I ramble away. And sleep's been a little bit challenging. a couple of reasons. And yeah, it's caught up with me today. The old head is kind of hurting actually after a longer than I would like day at work. I think what we might do is finish up the headlands, and I might call it a day here, which might mean it's been a shorter video. I'll get the up-down rows baled betwixt videos, and get the contract finished so that we can progress. I wonder if I can collect that if we go in a straight line. I'm just curious if we check time-saving stock check, which I think we have on here. Yep. Crop swath. Yeah. 45,500 litres. Very nice. And I'm guessing one of the bales auto-fermented because it came from the straw on here, so 45.5, 49,000 litres nearly of silage off of that headland. It's pretty nuts. It's definitely worth doing. And potentially definitely worth thinking about putting in a field of something like that to green mow to help with the feeding. Because that's yielded, and you only get one cut obviously, but you could then, it says, let's just finish that now, but you could probably replant something if you cut it now. I assume. Plant some carrots. Plant all the grasses. Yeah, you could plant something at least, so the field's not empty. Oh, don't stop. Don't stop in the way of the combine. Oh, perfect. Yep, you're going to have to wait, I'm afraid. I'm baling. Yeah, so that's an interesting option. I'm guessing it's that one. Yeah, so that one auto fermented because I guess because we picked it up as part of the contract. Nice. Very nice. Combine's not emptied itself again yet, which is a little bit surprising. We go into bed contracts and active. I'm curious how much we've got to deliver, and then we will finish. I can go and take some medication. Oh, only 23,500 litres. Okay, so not a huge amount. And how much is in trailer? 9,000, 10,000, or 10,000. Okay. There's a bit of work to go with the old combine. Anyway, that's going to be it for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Shorter than I had intended, I'm afraid. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. And I'll get this job finished up between videos, and I will see you back on here next week, probably into July, I think. Yeah. Bye for now.